Hey, hey, so today let's talk about, does waking up with spinal or nerve pain make you unfocused? And four easy tips to manage this. As an executive mom, you might be juggling a lot of responsibilities between your career demands, your family life, etc. And your morning sets the tone for the rest of your day. But what happens when you wake up with that spinal, that is back and neck, or nerve pain? Instead of feeling refreshed when you wake up, you might start off the day feeling stiff, sore, or uncomfortable. Maybe you're just in a mild discomfort or a sharp shooting pain because of these issues. And by midday, your brain fog or lack of focus starts to creep in, and that reduces your productivity. It affects your overall feeling. It's difficult to stay focused and sharp at work, right? So, if you can relate to any of this that I have described about waking up with pain, feeling sore or uncomfortable, and then moving on to brain fog or not being able to focus on your work, sometimes we think that this is just a part of the pain. But what if I told you that even if you know what's the correlation between that pain and that brain fog, what if I told you there's much more science behind it, and there are some simple and easy tips to help you manage this pain, to help you manage or avoid this brain fog that comes with the pain. So in this video, we are going to talk about the connection between spinal nerve pain and your daily struggles with focus or brain fog, or mommy brain as it sometimes is called, and four easy tips to manage this. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. I help moms of younger kids who work in high stress executive jobs to manage their spinal, that is back, neck, and nerve pain, despite low energy levels and lack of focus. Now, when you have low energy levels, when you don't feel that up and go feeling, and when you don't have the energy, or if you don't have the energy levels to even get up and do your regular everyday chores, and on top of that you have brain fog, that is, you can't think clearly, you feel like there is a fog around your brain. That's why it's called brain fog. It is very, very difficult to manage your discomforts and your aches and pains. So I have been there, done that, and here I am. I share with you some easy tips, some tricks that have helped me in my own pain and adrenal fatigue journey. I share with you some exercises, some easy lifestyle modifications, etc., etc. And I do all of this without taking away a big chunk of your time, because hey, we are moms, we are busy people, right? So let's get back into the topic for today, which is four easy tips to stop back and neck pain, back and nerve pain, back, neck, and nerve pain from ruining your focus. Now, as we were saying, your back and neck pain, or spinal pain, rather spinal and nerve pain, if you consider this, basically it's originating from your spine, and your spine is the foundation for your body's movement, your posture. It also plays a very crucial role in how well your brain functions, in terms of how clearly you can think or not think, really. So when spinal misalignments happen due to poor postures, tight muscles, or nerve compressions, and that creates pain, your body goes from that comfortable mode into a survival mode. So your body is not in that comfortable zone. It is like, oh, I'm in pain or discomfort, I need to be in that survival or that fight or flight kind of a mode. And this triggers a stress response that diverts your energy away from the cognitive thinking or the brain part of because you need to divert your energy from everything else towards that pain, and it makes it harder for you to concentrate, retain information, and really to think clearly. Now let's put this into more context, if because what I said might be a bit confusing for you. So what happens if you, because of uh, aches and pains, your spinal and nerve pain, if you have a disrupted sleep, right? If you have been tossing and turning at night, your brain doesn't get that deep rest that it needs to function optimally. When we sleep, what happens? Our body goes through repair and healing. So every part of our body needs that repair and healing. But when you're tossing and turning at night, of course, then you do not get that optimal repair and healing part, and your brain does not get that deep rest, because there are different sleep cycles that your brain goes through. Anyway, we'll not get into that, but your brain doesn't get that deep rest. Sleep deprivation then will lead to sluggish thinking, forgetfulness, and decreased mental clarity. And these are issues that no executive mom can afford in a high pressure work environment, or for that matter, even at your home, in your home environment with your little kids. Now, pain also increases your mental fatigue. Now, what happens is when you have chronic pain that is long lasting, even if it's a low grade inflammation or a low grade pain that's going on for months or years, or if it is just a chronic pain, the pain has just, gotten, say, more than 3 4 months. So that's chronic pain. So chronic pain constantly sends a distress signal to your brain, because when I suppose I have shoulder pain, every time I move my arm around, or I pick up my bag, you pick up your kids, your diaper bags, your office bags, you're typing, whatever you're doing, or you're on the phone, every single time that shoulder pain will send that signal up to my brain saying, hey, there is a distress or a discomfort or pain over here, which means your body is always expending energy trying to cope up with that discomfort rather than focusing on important tasks. Now, this can lead to reduced concentration, of course, lower productivity, and increased frustration. And it can lead to a lot of other mental issues, like you might feel irritated, you might get moody because of the pain. You might have realized when you have chronic pain for a while, you tend to be more moodier. So this may be one of the causes for it. So think of it this way, that your body has a certain amount of energy. You can either expend it on managing that aches and pains, or say if you've had a large meal, say your digestion, or if say you are running on your leg muscles and the circulation in that area, or what it does is when you have a specific thing like say pain in my shoulder here, it's going to expend all that energy trying to heal that shoulder rather than getting into deep concentration and thinking. Okay. And it works the other way as well, because you're so distracted because of your pain, you're not able to get that mental clarity and concentration and focus. Anyway, so moving on. Now, posture also plays a role in your brain function. If you've known me for more than 2 minutes, you know I talk a lot about posture. You can have a look at my YouTube videos where there are more videos on how posture affects your everyday life, your aches and pains, etc., and obviously how to manage them. Poor spinal alignment, that is poor posture, whether it's from sleeping, sitting, or standing, it can all lead to and well, let me put it this way, say when you're sitting, it can all lead to issues with your brain function. So when you are sitting, if I am sitting in this slouched awkward position, do you see how my lungs are getting compressed here? And of course, the oxygen exchange that's happening, oxygen carbon dioxide exchange that's happening in the lung is still going on fine, but there may be a minimal, a very minimal amount of hang on, just look at my notes. Very minimal amount of decrease of that blood flow to the brain, because I'm sitting like this, I've got everything compressed, I'm in this slouch posture. I'm not saying you're like this all the time, but when you are in that poor posture, when that is your normal position, it can happen. And even though this is a minimal reduction in the oxygen flow to the brain, it does slow down your processing speed, making everything from decision making to problem solving even more difficult. Now, what can you do about it? So let's talk about those 4 tips. I'm going to talk about it briefly, but if you want the details of these, or details on anything that I've spoken about, I have written a blog on this topic. Let me just see. The title of the blog is How Waking Up with Spinal or Nerve Pain Makes You Unfocused, that is brain fog, and 4 easy tips to manage this. I will leave a link to this blog in the description of this video. If you're watching me on Instagram, the link is in my bio. If you're watching me on any platform, you can't find the link to the blog, message me, I'll send it across to you. In that blog, you have a video on how do you know if you have a good sitting posture. There are links to your how to manage your sitting posture, standing posture, sleeping posture. I talk a lot about mental clarity, how to increase your productivity at work. So I talk about back pain, nerve pain, how you can optimize your sleeping posture, which is the next point. And it also has okay, I'll come back to it. So the next thing, the four easy tips that I was talking about, first is optimize your sleeping posture. Invest in a good supportive pillow and a mattress that keeps your spine in a neutral alignment. For example, if I am, say, a side sleeper, so just imagine if the mattress is at the level of my shoulder here, and I have a pillow on the mattress which is this thin. My head is going to be tilted, my neck is going to be tilted like this throughout the night. My 5, 6, 8 hours of sleep, my head is going to be tilted. Or I'm going to put my hand under my head in order to keep my neck in neutral. All the muscles around my shoulder and shoulder blade, upper back, and neck are not going to be in a comfortable position for that number of hours that I'm sleeping, right? So you need to optimize your sleeping posture. Fix your desk setup. Ensure your chair, your screen height, your keyboard position all support a good posture, and it prevents that added strain on your muscles and joints, and especially your spine. Prioritize movement breaks. It is very, very, very important to take those 2 minutes. You can take a 2 minutes posture reset throughout the day. These are just some checkpoints that you can go through to make sure you're sitting in a good posture. Again, the details are in that blog. Start your day with some gentle mobility exercises is my fourth tip. Easier said than done, but believe me, these simple things really matter a lot. I have tried and tested them, they have worked for me. Do it every day and you will see the results. So I can package this into something really complicated, give it to you, and you might think, oh my God, can I actually do this? So I'm giving you simple tips, they do work. So try them out. Again, as I was saying, those gentle mobility exercises, you can do them throughout the day. These are nothing but just some gentle desk based exercises that you can do every hour. They take 2 to 3 minutes to complete, starting from your cervical spine or your neck down to your toes. I have made a free video guide on these exercises. It's called Quick and Easy Desk Based Exercises to Avoid Spinal and Joint Pain. I will leave a link to this free video guide in the blog. Again, the description to the blog, the link to the blog is in the description of this video. On Instagram, the link is in my bio. If you can't find it, message me, I'll send it across to you. Alrighty, I hope this was useful. This makes it more clear that if you have noticed that correlation, which as a mom, as a working mom, I noticed it a long time ago, but I did not know the science behind it back then. But if you are in the same spot as me, and you want to know why, when you wake up with that spinal or nerve pain, or say back neck nerve pain, you notice that you get that brain fog and you just can't focus on work. You might say, oh, I've got pain, I can't focus. But then there's more to it. And then when you understand where it is coming from, you can look for the solutions, you can manage better despite those aches and pains. Alrighty, I hope this was useful for you. If you have any questions, any comments for me, drop them in the comment box below, message me, whatever works for you, and I'll be happy to help you out. Alrighty.